to make up. The filly Seattle Solace with the yellow cap now moves up. She'll be the horse to beat. Towards the inside, Stockfell High Definition. Trotska's going to look to unwind. The filly Seattle Solace has the head in front, goes on. Trotska's running large. Towards the inside, Stockfell. Seattle Solace in front by a length and finding that little bit extra, Seattle Solace to win it. Trotska gets up second. Stockfell and came High Definition in fourth.
Enough, but the largest concentration of money has clearly been with the 1, the 5 and the 7, and just seeing that Victorian official price of $9.50 Daizuri, you can get upward of sort of $13, $14 off course and around the country, so there's a real knock against the 9. It's certainly being laid quite heavily, or certainly the price is getting out. So punters aren't keen to get involved with it. Horses are starting to move into the gates. Belwazi and Zanahari the best backed as we head up to Terry Bailey. And Terry, you're a keen watcher of the trials. What did you think of Belwazi?
I was very keen. I made him my best bet, but the rain. He's Bel Esprit, so the wet shouldn't be a problem, but he's out of a Rory's Jester's mare, so who knows. But off his trial, I was keen to play, but the rain has been a bit of a dampener. Tradies Tea Break I thought looked quite well. Of course, as Jane mentioned, Zanahari looked in great order. So they're moving in well. Miss Arietta to come forward, as Warren mentioned, has the Hariba colours on. A lot of the owners of Hariba in the ownership of this bloke, including his trainer Kenny Newman. He was a great horse, Hariba. At his very, very best, almost unbeatable. Now we're nearly set by the pound, back from a tendon injury. Has been well back. The rain is not heavy, it's just into their face. Daizuri, who's been potting away at this grade, has been a remarkable drifter. 5 out to 11. And we're nearly set to see them run. Starter up. Tradies Tea Break, Zanahari. Belzuri made a lunge at the gate there. Her attendants moving in behind her. Done book to ride. Looked a good mover in her trial and jump outs. Zuri stood up well with By the Pound, who was one of the first to be loaded. Light still blinking. Tradies T-brake looked fine in the coat as it went down to the barrier, and good nick. They're off. Bill Zuri began fast, looking for the front, away very quickly as Deadwood Magic wide out on the course. Desuri began well, settling down third. By the Pound, the fence, Calais View and Xana Harry is just behind those runners as they sort their order out going through the first few hundred metres. Drifting a fair way back is Miss Arietta and Capark at the rear. Deadwood Magic went lickety split, led the way by a length on Bill Zuri, and moving up to Zuri out 3 deep on the track. A length and a half to By the Pound. Xana Harry is next of all as they come up towards the home corner, making up some ground. Tradies T-break outside of those, and about 4 or 5 lengths Miss Arietta and Capark on the bend now, and Desuri moved up outside of Deadwood Magic under a grip, going the better and straight to the front. They were followed by Xana Harry going for a run behind horses as By the Pound went up on the inside to tackle the front runner Bill Zuri at the 200. Bill Zuri in front, By the Pound almost on terms. Bill Zuri kicks in, gets away, exploded a length and a half in front now from By the Pound. Missy Arietta from a mile back, but Bill Zuri does it well. 1 at a length and 3/4 By the Pound, Miss Arietta and Xana Harry. They were followed behind those runners by making ground is Tradies T-break, Calais View, Capark, Deadwood Magic and Desuri. Well, the betting drip was right. It finished a bad last.
Belwazi gets the cash and wins on debut for Dwayne Dunn and Jerome Hunter. Very impressive barrier trials at Cranbourne leading into this, and raced accordingly, up on speed. Sat outside the heels of the eventual leader and then kicked strongly at the finish. The Beat By the Pound, who's done a good job at its first start here in Australia, having run in Hong Kong. It's certainly not disgraced, and you'd imagine it'd have a maiden win not too far away. And Miss Arietta doing a pretty good job on debut, running on to finish. I think this 3-odd filly has not.
corner at the back of the field. Homeward bound they come now, a little over 700 metres left to go, and Benji's Dynasty will bring him into the lane from NGO. Then comes Trees of Green. They are being followed by Rakes Chestnut. Off the bit is in behind that one. Lotus Elands to the far side. On the outside we got King of the Rally and Familiar Chat, not in the same race here. 300 metres to go now. Benji's Dynasty, NGO towards the inside, off the bit. Lotus Eland towards the outside. Trees of Green, King of the Rallies looking to move into line, and NGO, but it's off the bit that picks it up now. Benji's Dynasty is looking to close him down the inside. Lotus Eland, but it's off the bit here. Down the inside, Lotus Eland, but off the bit's going to win it here from Benji's Dynasty. Then came NGO and Lotus Eland.
Bound, Rakes Chestnut, the yellow cap, trying to realise his potential. A 109 at one stage in the merit rating system. He's come forward. King of Chaos comes out. Captain's Vista to the inside. NGO's trying to rattle back. Rakes Chestnut by a length. King of Chaos is trying to run on. NGO. Rakes Chestnut digs down deep the last bit. King of Chaos with one late lunge. Rakes Chestnut pulled it out the fire. Rakes Chestnut, a big performance here. NGO probably second, King of Chaos closest to us in third.
Got about 5 lanes to track down. Beat About the Bush, the white sleeves and cap. Further back in the running at this stage is Let Her Fly. 600 meters to go, and Starburst Galaxy, and on the outside Seattle Burning. They're the two making the running. Fantasy Quest is going for a rail run. Beat About the Bush is looking dangerous. Beat About the Bush, the white sleeves and cap, coming home well. Behind that, Primrose Lane. At Starburst Galaxy. Beat About the Bush. The Merry Widows in the blue running on. But Beat About the Bush comes now strongly. And Beat About the Bush hit the front over the last 100. Beat About the Bush to go on and win. Starburst Galaxy second. Third, Fantasy Quest.
Gimme Now spots them 6 lengths start as the leader Frozen looks to build on that lead and gets away by 5 at the top of the lane. Stand side, Another Night's got 8 lengths to hunt down, and Main Exchange towards the back of the field with Glowing Vision. Coming down the straight towards the 600 metre marker, Frozen in front by 2.5 lengths. Chit Chat second. Fortissimus tries to come through between runners. Gimme Now goes in. Chit Chat, Glowing Vision. Fortissimus now runs on down the centre. Chit Chat tries to go with this runner. Another Night is running on to the stand side, and Gimme Now goes in the black cap. Fortissimus the one to get to. Another Night with a sweeping run on the stand side comes alive. Another Night now, and Fortissimus over the last 100. Fortissimus is digging in. Another Night, the white cap trying to get up close home. Fortissimus and Another Night. Another Night probably got there from Fortissimus. Gimme Now further back in the running, and then further photos. It got very, very close at the run to the line. It could go either way.
Side of that one there we got Tar Heel. They've been followed then by Thayer. Clear Sailing as per usual, biding her time, 3-4 lengths to Trace Down, Captured Win and Cuban Emerald. King Volta both under rides. They come down with just on 250 metres to go now. Normans is holding on. Clear Sailing is looking to come into challenge now. Tar Heel, but Normans is kicked now. Clear Sailing is coming back after you, having to duck out there, but it's going to be on the far side. Tar Heel, Normans and Clear Sailing is looking to close it down, but Normans has got it sewn up here. Normans from Tar Heel. Third place maybe could be Sir Duke or Clear Sailing.
I think this is going to win this race. It's a 2-year-old taking on a couple of older horses, some of the 3-year-olds, but certainly been in top form. And last time out was beaten when going off at odds-on favourite at 7-10. It was reluctant loading on that occasion and was balked during the race. So put a line through that effort, and I think it'll go pretty close here. Let's have a look at some of the 3-year-olds in the race. And number 2, Mumbo Tango from the Alan Creer stable hasn't done too much wrong. It's finished up pretty close in its last 2 outings, and there's a form update. 14th of April, ran second, only beaten 3 lengths when quietly fancied at 5-2. Gets the best draw in barrier 1, and one of the leading South African jockeys at the moment, I think he's sitting second on the table, Greg Sheen, jumps aboard. All right, number 3. Now, this has got to be a runner from the Tara Lang stable as well. She came out and said it's too far last time. Certainly, she says, coming back to this sort of trip will be better suited today, and Callum Murray, gee, he's riding at the top of his game. Varzine, the Snaith Racing stable, Bernard Fade Herb, 4-1's the price. Last 2 runs have been over the course and distance since moving up from Cape Town, and hasn't been finishing far behind, looking to see its best today, having its 3rd run for the stable.
Well, welcome to the Eastern Cape this afternoon, racing here at Fairview Racecourse, and we've got an exciting day to look forward to. Of course, the listed East Cape Oaks coming up for 150,000. It's also a part of the SA Bloodstock Value Added Bonus Series, and then the Fairview Flying 5 for 110,000 non-black type race. Lots of exciting racing, and in general 9 races to look forward to. We start off here with race 1, the Welcome to Fairview Maiden Plate, to be run over the 1400 metres. metre trip. But before we touch on a couple of runners there, just to let you know what to expect throughout the afternoon. Be aware of the fact that jockey Richard Fourie is not riding due to insufficient rides this afternoon, so do look for replacements to what he would have been aboard. The weather here carded as sunny, and that it definitely is. Very light breeze, 21 kilometre per hour easterly, which will be a tailwind. The penetrometer reading is at 22, so the track condition is good. And as far as the false rail is concerned, 4 metres out, 2,000 to 1,200, then 7.5 out to the 800, where there will be a 6 metre spur. So definitely all ready for a good day's fair racing. Right, having a look at race 1, there are a couple of changes. You can put blinkers on number 4, 9 West. In fact, that is your only change. 10 horses lining up here to try and take the first race. In the ring, as usual, very eye-catching sort, number 1, Varzin. The Snaith runner has his 3rd local outing here. Both local starts have been over course and distance, where he's managed to show early pace, but not quite go through with it. I don't think he's by any means disgraced himself, having finished 3rd and 5th respectively. And he is one in this lineup that could find himself involved in the rush to the wire. Number 2, Mambo Tango behind him. Form update for this one. Ran last Friday, finished 2nd. Well accounted for, 3 lengths behind Trotska. Nevertheless, one to consider here. Number 3, Angkor Wat is also one I do think.
I was happy to go. Normally I would go around him, but because of the makeup of the race, 1,400 metres, and he's going to sit just off them, it's probably going to suit. Izina Shark obviously got a very good chance in the race, so probably Izina Shark, FOMO, but Snipfit just outside of those. But I